Being a checkout clerk is generally a boring job for most. However, when you add weapons, a lot of hostile fruit, and the ability to kill said fruit with said weapons, the job becomes one awesome PSVR game. I'm Victor from Unclenched.com, and this is my review on Shooty Fruity. Welcome aboard. You just landed yourself a job at the Super Mega Mart as their brand new checkout clerk, bag grosser, and food tray plater. Surprisingly, this isn't your everyday run-of-the-mill job. Here at the Super Mega Mart, we are constantly being attacked by hordes of mutated fruit with the sole job of destroying your workstation. In Shooty Fruity, VR shooting meets job simulation is probably one of the most unique combos I've seen in a VR title yet. If you have no multitasking skills, you will soon learn how, since the whole game requires a balance of doing your everyday work duties, keeping your area clean, and most importantly, shooting lots of fruit. At the start of each level, you can decide very carefully which 6 weapons you take into the game with you. You will quickly notice, however, that in order to unlock the better weapons, the more work you are required to do. You see, you cannot simply just slack off and only shoot fruit, because with each item you scan or bag correctly, the quicker your weapons come and the more powerful weapons start to unlock. Your basic SMG doesn't take much work to unlock, but your grenade or powerful SMG takes a lot of work to unlock, and that's where the multitasking comes into play. If you are content with your basic weapon, then by all means try your hand at shooting the waves of enemies with them, but you will soon notice how much easier the levels are when you are not only shooting the fruit, but also working in the midst of all the chaos. Transitioning from working the groceries to shooting fruit with guns that quickly run out of ammo, only to have to go back to scanning more items, becomes a real test of concentration, accuracy, and speed. There are 24 main levels, each with 3 objectives which need to be passed to unlock more levels and more guns which can be bought from a vending machine. The objectives range from easier ones such as passing levels with a certain amount of points or life, to harder ones such as killing certain fruit with certain weapons. If you are a lower skilled PSVR player, then there's a real chance you won't see the last few levels. Some of the objectives and levels are quite difficult, but were eventually passed with many goes and lots of practice. My main problem with the objectives is that you cannot see them before you go into the mission, which can cause a lot of time wasting later on in the game. Scattered throughout the 24 levels are 3 main jobs: the classic scanning objects, the bagging the groceries, and the one that I thought was the hardest, which is serving the correct food items on the correct food tray. There are also different ways of doing each of these jobs. The scanning job gets an added difficulty when it requires you to put the scanned item in the correct tube, but that also rewards you by giving you weapons and power-ups much faster. There are 6 main power-ups that are handed out to you during each level. These are unlocked by also making sure that you are working hard. One of the coolest features of this game is managing the power-ups, since they will often be given to you when you do not need them. By keeping your workplace tidy, it allows you to simply pick up your power-up and put it aside for you to grab when you later need it. The 6 power-ups can make or break the game. At times I've accidentally dropped them, which has been detrimental and caused me to fail. These power-ups can give you infinite ammo, make every single thing go slow-mo, make your bullets more powerful by making them armor-piercing or even explosive. The real standout of this game for me was the actual fruit itself. Each type of fruit has a different behaviour, some of them much harder than others. The watermelon, for example, is a giant bowl that slowly rolls towards you and needs multiple clips loaded into it before it dies. If it reaches you, it simply explodes, causing lots of damage. The cherries fly towards you, and if are not shot out of the air, simply land on your workplace and explode after a few seconds. In those few seconds, you can, however, pick them up and throw them back at the other fruit. The lemons and limes are small enemies that are much harder to hit. The grapes are easy to hit, but if they go unattended to, can cause a lot of damage when they explode. The pineapple is the most intimidating of the fruit, as they take a lot of bullets to destroy. That is where the careful management of your weapons and power-ups can come in handy. In order to play this game, a PSVR move is required, as well as about a distance of 1.5 meters or so from the TV, and another good meter on your left and your right. Shooty Fruity is a game that I will highly recommend to all of my fellow PSVR users. The multitasking is unlike anything I've ever done in a PSVR game and is a reason to be hooked. The amount of different fruit keep the game fresh from level to level. The audio and the visuals are fun, bright, and really set the tone for this unique adventure. Thank you very, very much for watching our review. This is Victor from Unclench.com, and if you enjoyed this review, please give us a like and subscribe for more content in the future. Thank you again.
I'm coming home.